Welcome to our home in Japan. So it's been a while. I know I've been wanting to post this video for a while, but we did have some problems moving in and some adjustments. But yeah, pretty nice area. It's got a nice sprawling garden surrounding the house. Nice large lot, a driveway space for our minivan. Definitely a nice space for our family. Right now we're drying our clothes outside as the Japanese do even throughout winter apparently. Yeah, it's pretty common. I think 95% of Japanese people do line drying rather than using a dryer. We acquired some new bicycles. This one I got off Craigslist. This one off Japanese Craigslist, Junti. That's my commuter e-bike. I really like this thing. I'm gonna make a video on that one soon. I got a few kids' bikes here too. Really cheap off Facebook Marketplace, off Camp Zama classifieds. Anyway, yeah, I guess we can go around this way and then let's show you guys inside the house. Yeah, we've been here about a month and a week, 5 weeks maybe now. So starting to get to know the place. So yeah, there's really nice Japanese traditional style gardens all surrounding the house. This is quite cool. There's another exit that way, but we've just been using that exit. Yeah, I've been communicating with this landlord of this house for like the last, I don't know, 6 months ago I first contacted her. I found her off Airbnb. We really wanted a furnished rental especially because in Japan, they normally sign 2-year leases and they want key money, which is like a free month's rent to the landlord as a gift, which I didn't want to give because that wasn't reimbursable for my work. So this is the entry foyer. We got shoes.
Hello.
We have supply closet. We have jackets here.
You have your daughter.
We have Kaylee.
Kaylee.
We got we got a big bee's nest here. And it's from the landlord.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, so when we arrived in Haneda Airport, the next day, the landlord picked us up, brought all our stuff, and took us to this house. And so we were kind of jet lagged and crazy, and things weren't finished yet, but we were like, we had just gone through this, so we had just moved ourselves, rented to someone from Indonesia to move into our house for the entire, or however long they're gonna stay, but probably like a year. And so we've been cleaning for a whole month. And so when we came here, we saw things like this, where there was like not finished painting in that corner, and we're like, oh, it's gonna be taken care of. But we were just working like mad. I was having like 5-hour night sleep for like a whole 2 weeks leading up to our move out. Yeah, so that's one bedroom. Here's the living room. Here's the kitchen. Yeah, so we came here and we're like, okay, things aren't finished, but they're cleaning up. So we were a little miffed when we actually moved in. There was still a lot of things that hadn't been done, especially, they're very highly rated Airbnb hosts. So this is a washer, dryer, and we have garbage going on here too. And yeah, just more kitchen stuff. Refrigerator here. Oh, take a look at the Japanese refrigerator. This is Japanese refrigerator, quite small. What's cool is they have this like vacuum meat section, which I thought was kind of cool. And then a veggie drawer. This is a veggie drawer, and then freezer. Yeah, all kind of small, but as is everything in Japan. This is the cooktop, which is interesting. Yeah, it's a gas cooktop, and no oven. I think ovens aren't too common in Japan. But yeah, and then we have garbage, rice cooker, need rice cooker in Japan. Our unaccompanied baggage came 2 days ago, so we got our blender, we got a few things from there. This living room is really cool because it's got a kotatsu, and this is a special kotatsu. I think it's called don kotatsu, where you can actually put your feet in the ground, and it's kind of cool. So a kotatsu, for those that don't know, is a heated table that the family gathers around, usually wintertime, fall, whenever it's cold. And yeah, so this is kind of the living room area. You got your TV and yeah. The bedrooms, the 3 bedrooms, living room, all have this kind of mini split, which does air conditioner and heating. So this is a kind of, I don't know what space, but we're using it as a computer station and office space, I guess. Yeah, another thing, like the landlord's like, oh yeah, to turn on this light, you do this. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's the standard we're going by. So then here's the bathroom. Not much shelving space. Somebody found this in the garbage, American garbage at Camp Zama Army housing area. this is the bathtub. I love Japanese bathtubs. You can overflow this thing and everything just drains into this drain. So usually in Japanese style, you clean yourself first and then you get in the bath so the whole family can use it. This one actually has a reheat feature. It reheats, which is really awesome. Anyway, bathroom was very clean, very well done. We appreciated that. Yeah, and then here, yeah, so there's a big hallway that wraps around the entire house. There's a hallway over there, there's a hallway here, and then 2 more bedrooms here, which I'll show you. This is, I don't know, I guess like a living room space here. This is a lot of our unaccompanied baggage that just arrived 2 days ago. They just leave us a couch, and then, yeah, right now we have a lot of storage going on in this hallway as well. Yeah, but we'll go back to that. And yeah, when we got here too, we were just like, where is all like the storage space? You know, there's no closets in these bedrooms. There's no dressers. And they're like, oh, just put clothes in here. I'm like, how am I gonna put 3 kids' clothes? Because right now we have Kaylee, 2-year-old, 5-year-old, 7-year-old sleeping in here. And I'm like, how am I gonna put all 3 sets of kids' clothes in this non-dresser like thing? So there's a lot of like cultural differences or something going on. I mean, this is an Airbnb that they've been doing for a while. I think she's been an Airbnb host for 8 years. So I don't know, just based on the ratings, you know, she has 457 ratings, all in the 4-star reviews, 4.5, 4.6. I mean, there is this. I'm like, do I just put stack clothes in there? I don't know. So again, cultural difference, miscommunication, not sure. But yeah, this is where the kids are currently sleeping, all 3 in the same room, just like we do in America. We did. Yeah, let's go this way. Right now, baby is sleeping, so we're not gonna make too much noise here. So this is that 3rd bedroom. Another mini split in there to do heat and AC. This one actually has a bed platform in it. Another bookshelf, and this one actually has a closet. Kind of smaller, or not small, but a little weird because it doesn't really have the regular shelves and they're very deep. So yeah, that's this room. But maybe I'll edit in a clip of that room. And then right here is the temple room. And when we got here too, they were like, this room was stuffed with things that they had pulled from the house and put away here. And this is the temple room where the family like shrine is, and I think Buddhist culture. There's a lot of family relics in here, but it was stuffed. And they said, do not use this room. And we're like, what do you mean do not use this room? We need to use this room. Oh, right now we put up these blankets and are trying to move Kaden, our baby, into this little kind of closet area. So we have a little heater, and we think we're just gonna put the pack and play here and let him sleep here so that Summer and I can get a bedroom. Because right now we're sleeping in the living room because there's just not that much heated space in this area. So I bought a tiny heater, and I'm hoping that this little enclosed space, it'll heat it nicely, it won't toast them. We'll be monitoring. I have a temperature gauge, and yeah, that's the plan. But yeah, and so when I was messaging the host, so it's so hard to find big spaces, you know, and we're a family of 6. My parents are visiting for a while, so that's 8 people, 4 adults, 4 kids, and just finding that kind of space is difficult in Japan. So even like regular unfurnished ads, I was never finding anything that big. So that's why I contacted this place. Here's the bathroom. Light. Yeah, little bathroom. This is cool. So you pee, there's a bidet, you can control it here so you can spray your butt clean and stuff. And then when you flush, you can wash your hands right here. A lot of Japanese toilets do that. It's kind of a cool feature that I like. But yeah, I got here the day we were moving in. I lifted up the toilet seat. It hadn't been cleaned in weeks. You know, there's hairs, there's dust, and I'm just like, really, I don't know. I was just miffed by things like that. Like, when we got here, you know, there was no shelves or anything to put anything in the bathrooms. No storage space, nothing. So just very, very peculiar. We move in, there's like noises in the attic, an animal running. We see a gigantic spider here. We see this roof crumbling, and we're like, what's going on with this place? What are we paying for? Because we're paying a decent amount for rent, you know, $3,400 US, which translates to like 5,000 in Japanese equivalent buying power, like $5,000. And Japanese rent is lower than American rent. So we were like, we should really have like, you know, a mansion or something. So we were just, I don't know, there's a lot of little things that we were a little miffed by. Anyway, I know I'm saying a lot of critical things, but you know, they were working. You know, this floor is brand new. This floor is brand new. We complained about that bedroom when we got here. We were like, we don't want to sleep in there. It smells like mildew. They ripped up the whole floor and replaced it for us. So I don't want to say they didn't do work. We complained about the dressers. They got us some dressers, and so we can put our clothes in there. But yeah, I feel like Japanese architecture is just different than American architecture, where you have a closet in every bedroom. Also, this is a 100-year-old house. You know, he grew up in this house. It's been in their house for, I think he said 12 generations, which is amazing. And you know, this is awesome. But yeah, so I think there's a lot of cultural differences, but there's also just a lot of I don't know. I think a lot of cultural, but also just different expectations. Like for us as an Airbnb host, we have definitely a different level of cleanliness, but that could be American standard or Japanese standard. You know, I kind of felt like Japanese standard, I wasn't worried about at all. Because I don't know, I'm a racist who feels that Japanese are very clean, generally. So that's kind of what I was banking on. Even Camp Zama was here willing to scout out the place, but the Airbnb host was like, oh, maybe we shouldn't let them in. And I'm like, okay, you know, 4-star reviews on Airbnb, everything looks good, and let's move forward. So, I don't know, I guess I'm saying if you are looking for a rental in Japan, maybe do some more due diligence. But I'm gonna say I am happy that we rented this place. The landlord is awesome. You know, they're very accommodating. Anything we need, they come next day and help out with. And yeah, they've taken care of everything we've asked for. And I'm excited for this place and living in it. You know, we've been here a month. It's been pretty cool. I'm excited. In Japan, maybe let's go back outside. In Japan, they don't heat the houses like they do in America. In America, everything, the whole house is insulated, the whole house is heated at once. In Japan, the houses are heated room by room. And so, you know, right now it's a nice sunny warm day, but this morning it was cold in the house. And you know, when we want to go eat in the kitchen for breakfast, we close all the sliding doors and insulate that kitchen room, and turn on the heater for that room. The rest of the house gets cold, or we leave it cold. We don't heat the whole house. So it's kind of an interesting thing to think about. Japan, room by room heating. America, heat the whole place, no matter how big it is. So yeah, I think it's gonna be an interesting winter where all our kids get to experience, you know, some actual cold. You know, Sunri grew up, what did you say, 5 blankets, under 5 blankets every night in the winter. So I think it'll be a nice, valuable experience in that way. This area is really spectacular. That's why I chose this place. It's really the area. You know, I love the land. The kids can play all around here. They're going to local schools, which is just a couple blocks away. So, you know, I didn't want to be in center Tokyo where we
leave in the house, walking to the school
out the door. They can
stop where the kids all get together.
Awesome.
Walk to school together.
And the river is right down that way. I'll put in some clips of the river, but the river is beautiful and it's right there. We kind of abut the river, and we can go take a hike down there, and it's right there. And yeah, so a lot of cool things here, and I think a lot of struggles that we had in the beginning that we're going to continue to have, because I don't think it's going to be as comfortable as New Jersey, our home is, because it's, you know, 2 times newer. Or this is a 100-year-old house versus a 30-year-old house, an insulated house versus an uninsulated house. So I think that'll be an interesting, challenging experience this winter when we're all cold, and but you know, we'll come through it stronger and more knowledgeable and more culturally aware, and just an understanding that, you know, not the whole world isn't like America. And yeah, I think the kids are getting that in school right now. This place is also cool. You can see, I forget what it's called, but they're kind of like citrus fruit trees. So anyway, this is our home in Japan. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. And yeah, there'll be more coming. So definitely subscribe, leave us a comment. What do you think? If we're being way too critical here, or yeah, if that's just a cultural difference, let me know, because I'm curious. I'd love to know. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Godspeed.